This is Spendwise Moms with another video on how to save money on groceries. This video will talk about how to use less expensive ingredients and how to reduce the amount that you use. There's some weeks when you find that you don't have enough money in your food budget to buy exactly what you want. One thing you can do is to make meals or recipes with less expensive ingredients. For example, choose to make shortbread, sugar cookies, or snickerdoodles instead of making chocolate chip cookies with pecans. You still get to have a treat, but you save money by making a recipe that has less expensive ingredients. What if you don't want to give up those chocolate chip cookies with pecans? Well, there are a few things you can do. First, eliminate an ingredient. Try making the cookies with chocolate chips and skip the pecans. Second, you can make the recipe you want, but just reduce the amount that you make by making fewer cookies. Make only 1/2 or 1/4 of your recipe. Finally, you can make a full recipe, but reduce the amount of some of the ingredients. Use fewer chocolate chips and pecans than you would normally use. If I feel like money is tight, I may make oatmeal muffins and skip the blueberries or chocolate chips that I usually put in them and simply make them plain. The muffins still taste good, but they cost less money to make. Another option would be to make banana muffins that don't cost very much as well. Another thing I have done to save money is to make spaghetti instead of lasagna. Spaghetti is a lot less expensive to make. I also buy bananas and carrots that are less expensive instead of buying pineapple and cauliflower. Instead of making breadsticks with garlic and Parmesan cheese, I will make plain breadsticks. Instead of buying boxes of cold cereal, I try to make hot cereal like oatmeal. Another thing you can do is to use recipes with eggs or beans for your primary source of protein instead of just using meat for that week. Try making a quiche with eggs or enchiladas with beans instead of purchasing meat. I find that I feel much better as I reduce the amount of meat that I eat, so using less meat can be better for you in the long run. Think of creative ways to cut the cost of your meals without sacrificing the taste. There are less expensive cuts of meat and less expensive vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and onions, for example, that you can use to make an inexpensive soup in a slow cooker. Find a good recipe with spices that make it taste great, and you won't feel like you're on a tight budget based on what you eat because it will taste so good. If I really want something I can't afford on my tight budget, I will buy 1/2 to 1/4 of the amount that I usually use. For example, sometimes I will get 1/4 of a pound of Italian sausage to flavor a soup. Sometimes I might buy a slice or two of bacon to flavor a soup or to use in an omelet instead of buying a whole package, or I might go to the salad bar and get about 25 cents worth of real bacon bits for flavoring. The smaller amount of meat still gives me the flavor I want, but it costs much less. I prefer to use real butter instead of margarine, although it costs a lot more. To be able to do this, I cook with butter less often and make fewer treats because I don't want to use margarine. For those of you who like the taste of margarine, you can save money by using it instead of real butter. We now buy ice cream on sale in small containers. It may be a little more expensive per ounce at times, but we eat better portions and eat ice cream less frequently when we have the smaller containers. When I need just a little bit of something that is usually expensive, like Kalamata olives or Parmesan cheese for a recipe, I buy a tablespoon or two of it at the salad bar. You don't always have to go without something you really want. You may just need to be creative in finding a way to get it. There are options. If things are tight, find a way to make it work. You may find out that you like your cookies better with less chocolate, or your omelets better with less bacon. Just because something costs less to make doesn't mean that you have to give up the quality. I can make scones at home that taste better than the ones served in a coffee place. Homemade tortillas also cost less than store-bought. They may cost less, but the quality is so much better. Use your energy to be creative and find ways to succeed instead of focusing on the things you don't have or can't afford at the present time.